Hello there, gamers, and welcome back to the final game of Week 6 of Polaris. Unfortunately, also going to be the final game that me and MP are going to be casting for Stage 2. So, MP, let's jump right into it. How are you feeling about this one?
I'm feeling so excited to see what Hookers can actually do, because Excel, obviously one of the best, if not the best team coming up in this tournament. Actually, after all these weeks, Excel is looking so good. So I think it's going to be a really tough matchup for Hookers, but this could be a spot where they like kind of fight each other, whether the other team is going to go into that four-way tie, possible four-way tie. Because if Excel loses this, they're still on 4-2 score. Obviously, they have a matchup still against Heat that they could get to 5-2, but it's kind of the same for Hookers. It's like, you don't want to be in that tiebreaker. If you win this matchup, you have secured just your spot already on playoffs. You can go like kind of freely on the last week as well.
Yeah, and we saw it with H2O. When you don't really have much to lose, you can bring that creativity, you can bring some of those strategies, you can play a little bit more comfortably and even more confidently in those games. So that could, again, really be something to take into consideration. You're absolutely right. This is one of the games that I'm also personally really looking forward to. Excel versus Hookers. And Hookers, really that underdog story of the team that last stage specifically, they were struggling so much. And now they are genuinely most likely going to have that shot to make it at playoffs. And that is absolutely incredible to see. The improvement over these last couple of weeks has been insane, to say the least. And I am so incredibly proud of them. But let's start talking about their opponent first, and that is going to be Excel specifically. Excel, the team has made a couple of changes. Last stage, they won Polaris. They went on to represent us in that VCT Promotion Tournament. Unfortunately, didn't work out the way they might have hoped it to. Made a couple of changes, and they look pretty strong.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they have definitely upgraded from that last roster. Obviously, their roster was really good on that last season as well. Like getting Foxy and Alive in this roster looking really well. Excel starting with the almost clean record, obviously losing against Finest. That is the only match that they have lost, but this roster is looking so good. Under Foxy's IGLing, they have been looking really nice. But one of the things that we haven't really seen from Excel quite yet is that Fade adaptation, which I would really like to see.
Yeah, we've seen adaptations coming out from Chihuahua where he's not only playing the Cypher anymore. He still plays the Cypher, of course, but again, Chihuahua, one of those players that really does deserve to be highlighted on this roster. He does quite a lot for the team, but again, so does Patatek, so does Mo, so does Foxy, so does Alive, and just all of these players coming together as a 5-man has really worked out for them so incredibly well. You said it yourself on this Foxy's IGLing. A couple of the strats that we've seen already were like, oh wait, what's going on? But it actually worked out for them pretty well. So I guess they do know what they're doing, which is good to hear. But they're gonna be facing up against Hookers, and as we said ourselves already, Hookers, one of those teams that coming into this, we most likely did not expect them at all to be making it this far. They have come so incredibly far. They have improved so much, and these players individually, they're cracked.
Yeah, absolutely. This Danish stack is so good, and the fan base that they have behind it's incredible. Hashtag sign Hookers.
Hey, hashtag sign Hookers.
Trending a little bit on Twitter as well. I've seen it, and honestly, I agree. The Hookers, they're looking really good, and possibly a team that will go all the way to playoffs. So yeah, it could be a good roster for you to pick up. And I mean, all of these players, they look really young. They have still good experience here, but they have really good individuals. And what I see from Hookers is five bunch of friends that can just play on another level, and that is one of the best things that you can see in a team. It's so easy to improve on a team that you're all friends with all 5 guys, and it's not just individuals from different teams. And that is all, or one thing that I see from Hookers that is I just love to see it, because it shows, you can already see it on the server. It shows so much. And I think that could be one of the things that could bring Hookers maybe this win against Excel. Obviously, it's going to be a tough matchup, but that could be an indicator.
Yeah, with the power of friendship, Hookers has made quite the impossible feat against everyone's expectations. But if you do need some friends yourself, make sure that you check out teams.gg so you can connect with players and, you know, compete in VALORANT, the official partner for the Teams fighter for Polaris. So definitely something worth checking out if you don't want. Wait, this is like merit. If you don't want this guy in your lobbies, I'm joking. Epi, you're incredible. Don't listen to anything I say. But who else is incredible as well is going to be the head-to-head between Alive and David. Both of these players playing that jet, playing that chamber, they have very high impact on the games of their teams. And first look at this head-to-head here, MP, what's really standing out to you?
I mean, David being 18.6 on First Bloods is really huge for the team. I think that showcases a lot of fragging potential, especially on the attacking side as well. Obviously, Alive is not too far away. 14.5 is really good, especially when you have a team like Excel here. There's a lot of teams that can actually frag out as well. Patitech being one of those, going for the race pick as well. So that leaves Alive not getting too many of those first picks, and I think that's why the 4% is going for the side of David, but still Alive has huge first kill fragging potential. I think it was even last week against H2O. In those 3 maps that they played against H2O, Alive had 13 first kills, only 4 first deaths. That's +9, and it tells a huge sign how good Alive is on these first kills.
Yeah, Alive having that impact, having that early impact with those frags as well. But again, it's going to be a matter of what agents are going to be picking on which maps. Now, Excel, as we said so far, they have only lost to Finest, and that was on the Icebox and Breeze, as well as Split, as it went all the way to the 3-mapper. And when we're looking at Hookars, they've also actually only dropped the game. So again, they're in just as strong and just a similar position. So MP, when we're looking at these map picks, again, quite a bit of a similarity in between the strengths of both of these teams. Do you think it's going to be a question of they're going to pick comfort, or is it going to be a question of we want to take away what they're comfortable with, and we're more than happy running a map that we ourselves might not be as fully confident and comfortable on?
I would probably say that they're going to go for the comfort picks. I think Hookars, they have banned quite a lot of Haven. They want to go for the bind, and I think one thing that Excel has shown is maybe a Ascent ban. They like to go for that split. Their split is, I think, one of the best. Obviously, having that loss against the H2O was really tough, but that's their only loss in the past 3 months, which is really impressive with the comp that has Reyna and Raze, that double duelist composition, which is really hard run a split, in my opinion. I think it's one of those compositions that you need a lot of fragging potential, which obviously Alive Patitech has. So I think they're gonna go for these comfort picks. The last map that is gonna come out, I would guess Breeze, but I think there could be some potential bans. I don't think Hookars want to go Fracture, so I think that's why Breeze could be good. And both of these teams have like a decent track record on that map.
Yeah, well, let's see if your predictions are right, Mr. Analyst, as we're going to be looking at the picks and bans for the map. We got Icebox, Split, and Breeze. You're absolutely correct on that last map being Breeze. I want to give you a round of applause for that one. Congratulations. But anything that's really standing out to you here, I think for me specifically, Icebox being that first map that is selected by Hookars, I'm not entirely sure how I feel about that specifically, because in the second stage of Polaris so far, they've only won 1 out of 3 games on Icebox, whereas Excel, they've only played it once. Yes, it was a loss, so not a lot of VODs that Hookars can be relying on.
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the things that forces Hookars onto Icebox is that Excel actually going for that bind ban. They don't want to go for the Ascent. It's all good if they go for Ascent. They have pretty killing track record there. Just want to go ban the best map that Hookars have, which is bind, which they like to pick. And well, Excel, they have 1-3 record in the past 3 months on bind, so they go for that. And Split and Breeze, fairly good, or fairly like predictable picks right here, because I mean, Hookars, they could account for that split ban. But other than that, I think Excel will always go for this split because they have so good split with those double duelists. And I think it kind of leaves like free room for Excel to play a little bit this I would say same kind of style game that Ascent plays. This kind of freestyle, going defaulting, maybe trying to go for those picks, and I really like to see this. But I think there's a contrast when we go to other maps like maybe Fracture, and you see more strategic
Yeah.
stuff from Excel. So I think the split is really good for them. Honestly, I think this could be a 2-0 from Excel, but
Okay.
who cares? They're decent on Icebox. They're decent. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna count them out. I think that could be very well a who cares Icebox pick, but Breeze, if you go there, that could be really tough for them.
Yeah, and speaking of picks, there's also the agents that both of these teams are comfortable playing on, specifically having a look at the percentage of the agents that they have picked over the last couple of weeks here at Polaris. We're going to be starting off by having a look specifically at Excel. There, obviously, the Cypher is going to be really pretty much up there. That's the comfort of the comfort picks for Chihuahua. The KO for Patatek has been absolutely incredible. Sova for Mo. You know, again, the signature champion coming in, agent coming in for Alfie as well on the Omen. He's played it time and time again. So Excel, they really like to stick to comfort.
Yeah, absolutely. Which is surprising to me that we don't see a Jet or a Chamber here, because Alive usually, or in the last 30 days, he has only played Chamber and Jet. But most of these picks comes from like different maps that they have played more and more, like KO and Raze. They like to play Breeze, which they bring up KO. Raze is that split comfort pick, and I think this is looking good. One of the things that, like I said earlier, I don't like this too much, that they haven't implemented Fade here. Maybe this is something that they want to save for playoffs. Maybe this is something that they don't want to even pick at all. But I think I would love to see that Fade implemented, maybe even on today's matches.
Yeah, and likewise, Hukars, they also have a couple of agents that they are more than comfortable picking time and time again, and it's going to be very much highlighted in that percentage for the Viper, for the Sova, and for the Jet. I think these three agents definitely do stand out in every single one of their maps and comps.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think this shows. I think it was like the last match. I think it was H2O. This shows quite a lot that they like to play these maps that requires Viper, like Blind, Icebox, Breeze, maybe sometimes even Split. I don't think they have played Split with Viper in a really long time. I'm not sure if they have played it at all, but in the past 2 months, not at least. But the 74% Viper pick rate is huge. You don't see this from a lot of teams, but you see already from that Viper, you can guess which maps they want to play. Blind, Icebox, Breeze. They are fairly good on those. So let's see that we have Icebox and Breeze here. That could be an indication that Cars might have a good day.
Yeah, and talking about these agent picks, but as well as these map picks, we've seen the map veto as well, what's going to be coming through. I know initially you voted for Excel to be one of those teams that's going to be walking away with the win tonight and securing their spot further into these playoffs. My question is, do you still agree? Is this still very much Excel favored, or are you more swaying towards, okay, this could go either way?
I think this is still pretty heavily actually Excel favored.
Okay.
At least if we go to 3 maps. I think that Breeze is so good for Excel compared to Hookars. I don't think Hookars is bad in that map. I think they're actually fairly good. They won against Heat 13-2, but I think if we go to 3 maps, it should be Excel's very easy. If Hookars can win this, maybe surprise somehow on the first 2 maps.
Yeah, the composition is already being locked in, and again, this is pretty standard in terms of what we expect to be seeing on Icebox. Is there any agent specifically? For example, we see that the only difference really is that Sage, coming through, and then we have Foxy on the Omen. Again, we said it. This was one of those agents that he's incredibly comfortable on. Does this maybe represent a bit of a worry to you, MP, or are you more than comfortable seeing these picks for both of these teams?
I like picks on both of these teams. I think the struggle that Exo's comp has, that they cannot really go for those free spike plants. They have to utilize mid more with the double controller, and I think that's something that we might see Foxy doing with the Omen, because you can just keep smoking mid. You can focus Viper on one side of the map. You don't have to use the Cloud on mid. You can use all of those toxins into the wall when you're executing the site, and I think that brings some breathing room with the Omen. But on the other hand, you obviously don't have the Sage, which could be so good on the attacking side when you go to a site like B or a site like A. But I think one of the things that you're going to have struggle as an Excel here, that you have to take so much more control on sites when you're executing. You cannot leave control just for the spike plant and fall back, because you can get spammed really easily on those sites, both of the sites actually. And I think what we might see is more aggressive Viper Wars for especially on B, take control all the way on Snowman, and if Hookars can somehow counter this, make use of this for themselves, have some kind of good setups, I think that could be really tough for Excel. But I think that is just something that we have to see and wait whether Hookars has been able to adapt into this composition. Obviously, it's a composition that Excel has played already twice before, so it could be very well read.
Yeah. Also, I think one of the things to highlight here was in that initial match where we saw Heat against H2O, the first map was also Icebox, and it was really that lack of control of Kitchen and Tube that did it for Heat. They were very much struggling dealing again with Alex that would continuously kind of just do their own thing. So this time around, Hookars is playing against, the likes of Chihuahua. Chihuahua, one of those players that loves to do their own thing, always on a trip, always going somewhere else, and the aggression coming out from Alive, starting off with 2 beautiful picks alongside Foxy. Hookars was not ready. I was not ready. I don't know if you were ready, MP, but what?
I think I blinked. What? How do you even get that kill as well? Alive.
Well,
I could say he's well and alive.
Yeah, he's definitely has his monitor switched on. Might want to try that, MP. I heard it helps with performance in game.
A gift. Oh, that's why I haven't been getting kills.
Could be.
I guess it's still better. You have your monitor on, but you're still not getting kills. So.
Who said I had my monitor on? You can't just assume that I have my monitor on.
I mean, all the light coming from that shining in your forehead. Oh.
Yo, those are actual lights, man. Come on. Got a professional setup and that,
That's a violation. Personally, I wouldn't have it.
It's fine. At least my haircut is okay.
Oh, damn. Oh.
Anyways. Getting back. So call an ambulance, but not for me. Call an ambulance for David, because he's already down. Oh, so is Alive.
Sunshine. Good shot right there. I think Vicious position could be really tough for them, and Foxy, gets taken out. There's no information right there, and this needs to be cleaned up so fast by Mo. It get messy.
Well, Mo does manage to find one, but that's all he's going to be able to do as of now. The plant is going to be coming down from Mast. Who Mast? Okay, this is the first and last time I'm going to be saying that on today. Chihuahua finds one, but Hookars, they come out on top. Chihuahua even had the Vandal.
Wait, FPX masked?
Yeah, I literally said FPX leaked?
Yeah, I think Doombro said that they have 3 substitutes.
Well,
maybe masked. Maybe this is a leak. I don't know.
Uh-oh.
I didn't realize you said that. That's how much I'm listening to your. Okay, that's too much.
You're such a lovely co-caster. Like, thank you guys so much. If I can have a different one, I'd really appreciate it.
When you go to my haircut, it's game on. It's game on.
Everything's on the table.
Absolutely. Good round from Hookars though.
The problem here with XL is they bought last round. And they're getting absolutely destroyed this time around. David already starting it off with 2 picks. They lost a round that they had the better guns. So this is supposedly the bonus round for Hookars. Chihuahua came in with a Vandal last time around. Lost that as well.
Yeah. It looks tough for XL that last round. Hookars exploited a small gap in that defense. Mishu being able to sneak that deep was just the end of that round instantly for XL. And I mean that is something that XL definitely are gonna fix instantly. I don't think it's gonna be that long for XL. I don't think you're gonna see it again. I don't think Hookars is able to exploit that.
Alive's the only one left alive.
Yeah. Marshall in the hand.
And a
this guy is fast with the Marshall.
True.
But is he this fast? 5k.
Is he speed?
Could be.
Did you watch Cars as a kid?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hey, who Cars? Alive. We're just mushing everything together. What's going on?
You don't even have to say as a kid, because I literally watched that like 3 months ago, again.
Well,
Ciao.
Well, Ka-chow coming in indeed from Alive finds one's gonna die to the spike. Your Cars won another round. It's not like you grew up in the last 3 months, MP, I'm just saying.
Yeah, no. Never. I don't think so. Full Cars has gone up though from the round 1. 2 rounds in a row. Already showing pretty decent icebox from Full Cars. I just loved how Mishu exploited that gap in the defense. But like I said, I don't think that is something that you can exploit the whole game. It's Excel that we are talking about. The experience that this team has. It's just so much. All of these players, more even from Fnatic.
Well, one player's already down. Mishu does find the trade initially. Patatech not connecting those shots, and Excel is really getting punished for how spread they are on the map. They're not playing
Toxins going up.
as a unit. It's more individual players trying to get themselves onto site,
Spike planted.
and they're getting punished for it by Hukars. The spike's been planted, and Mo and Alive, they're left to clean up.
Absolutely, and they need to do a lot to clean this up. Mishu gives the first entry right there, and David kinda in an awkward position. This could be the round winner.
He knows their position. They're not fully aware of it though. Tapping the spike, Mo is not even gonna check. The trigger discipline, he's just making them lose as much time as possible, is gonna get taken out by Alive eventually. They have enough time to get for that defuse. Playing with fire, and Excel managed to extinguish it, 2-2.
I think right there, David was having a little bit too much of trigger discipline. There's some good trigger discipline, but I think that's just a little bit too much. I don't think he spots Alive right there early enough to see that both players are like literally on the side. He's not that ready to click right onto Alive, and Alive is able to take that round, but it looked like a struggle for Exo. Hookers, they were on top of those trades all the time. They were getting good trades, also individual duels. And when they weren't winning those individual duels, they always had trade right there. Alive and go for aggressive with the tour de force. Gets punished instantly.
Yeah, and that's what it's kind of been highlighted so far from Excel, is they're not playing together. We saw it last time with Heat. Once they started playing like a unit, once they started trading off of each other and making sure that there was a buddy system in place, the rounds were much easier. This time around for Excel, that's not the case. It's like a hard push on A side. Chihuahua still holding it, slow orb. And the fragment gonna push him away from the initial position. Snakebite delaying that plant for just a little longer. Second Snakebite coming in. That's all the util being thrown, thank you. Helicopter for observing. This is also your final observation for stage 2. Shout out. That is the barrier orb again. Teams have been doing this time and time again. They feel so comfortable putting it down, going for the plant. This time around, Excel is going to be able to destroy it. Mishu finds the first pick on Foxy. Mo and Chihuahua returning fire. So they get some of their own. Patatech is also joining the party. Akimbo looking to get up in the smoke, gets spotted out immediately. Now it's David with a tour de force, has the spike available. It gets taken out, and Patatech has come online. That's a lot of picks for one individual player in this round, and they're gonna be able to walk away through it too.
Yeah, this is exactly what you need from Exo. You need those individual performance, but you actually need that team performance to be on top of their game. Just to secure that spot in playoffs. It could even end up in the 4-way tie. I mean, I think Exo, they have the best head-to-head score. I think they're gonna win anyways. I'm pretty sure they have secured the spot anyways. They have won those games against the other teams. But still, you just want to secure this win. You don't want to leave anything to a chance.
Yeah, absolutely right. And with the way there's potentially a tie happening. Both of these teams really want to walk away with the win. Viper Spin has been put online on A site, making it that much more difficult to get onto it. Mishu's taken out as well. Operator working out in favor of XL this time around. Alive doesn't get punished for that early aggression. Chihuahua, however, he is looking for early aggression himself as he's completely pushed out of a main. That is a Soba's Hunter's Fury looking to clear some space. Get a couple of tags, figure out where some of these players are hiding to allow Chihuahua to push further even more. Because Alive, he's holding mid. He's going to be able to call whether or not there's been a rotation, and so far, there hasn't been any, and they know.
Yeah, I think Exo was trying to do some KO pop flash thing right there, but it doesn't quite go all the way to their favor. Chihuahua still holding close.
That's the spike! Dropped into XL's lap. And Sunshine is going to be able to punish Chihuahua as he wants to put a snake bite under it to prevent them from picking it up. And Patatek's head just peeking out a little too far. Now the advantage that XL had initially in terms of the numbers no longer available. No command coming in as well, taking away any of the util that they can be using. They have to go for the plan. Mo does manage to pick up one Sunshine with the trade, and that is Foxy getting it of C's as they gotta go for the plan. Foxy coming out with a 3K, saving this round. 4-2 for XL. They're building up some of that momentum.
It still seems to be so tough for XL. These rounds are not easy. I think there's some individual fights that they are not quite kind of necessary. 4 versus 3 situation right here. Atitek is going for the challenge. That leaves them to a 3 versus 3 because he loses it. XL is able to come that back, even though Ukars, they have the side, but they cannot quite get the spike plant down, and XL is able to just push them, brute force themselves into that side. Oh, it's a good looking aggression from XL.
Yep, rushing up cheap this time around. No one to contest. I do have some util. Chihuahua again punished for that early aggression. Foxy's gonna get spotted out right away. And for now, they need to wait out some of this util. David on tube. Sound key is gonna be given away. Mo's ready, but instead of exiting, he teleports away to safety. Alive. Pushed up aggressively himself, looking to catch a couple of players. He's gotta find the first. 5 HP left.
Poison's off.
Cover going
Inside.
out.
It's gonna be attacked. Sunshine already in a good position, but actually takes guard in hand. Foxy timing it perfectly. This could be a 3 versus 3, but Misho left on attack. Good mid flank. Creates an awkward situation for XL. Alive, still 5 HP left. They have no clue where Misho is.
Alive has to make that operator work, but Mo is on a mission of himself. That is a res coming out, and the numbers advantage is just completely swinging in favor of Hukars. Alive does find another, but that's still 3 more he has to be dealing with. He's gonna decide to hold on to that operator. Because it's not something you want to lose this early on. You never know what's going to be able to happen if you drop that operator in the hands of Hukars, because let's be honest, they're absolutely cracked.
Yeah, absolutely. And XL, they don't have that economy. It's not built that well. Even though they have won few rounds in a row right here, they have lost so many players on those rounds. I wonder if XL can even buy on this next round. No. They have to save. They have to play around the operator. Good looking push from XL. They had a setup play right there. They had a really good looking push, but Hukars was just so ready. I think if it was B push, A push from Hukars, the XL push could have worked. That TP on the spawn with Omen. But no, Hukars were playing passively, trying to hold mid, trying to go for that mid control. And XL gets punished instantly by Sunshine.
Alive once more. He wants to push out aggressively, especially now that they're on that worst buy, looking to get an advantage in any way, shape, or form. And Hukar seems to be ready for it, though. Not as ready as we might expect him to be. Alive. Gonna walk away unscathed from that altercation. Mass no longer available. That res. There's heals, barrier orb, all that util taken out for now. And it leaves David to scour whether or not A is the perfect site to be hitting. Some noise being made by Foxy. They know there's at least one player there.
XL still having the gun disadvantage. Stinger on the hands of Foxy. 2 serves as well.
All set up.
And Alive. Can't really hold that mid. Operator in the hands of Alive. Could be a cute timing to move them. Move him to this A side, but no, they don't have the read.
Oh, Mo. Ooh, the timing! They're still gonna get the sweep. They know that A is where they want to be hitting. Viper Spit coming online. And Sunshine's gonna find Mo. KO fragment, delaying it a little longer. Making it just that much more difficult for them to actually go for the Blunt. Paranoia is gonna come out. Foxy almost finding a Kimbo, but a Kimbo coming up on top. Alive gets Sunshine. Mishra in his Viper Pit feeling absolutely at home. Alive has so much to do if he wants to make this work. He's gonna lose that Operator instead. Rukar's coming out on top, tying it up once again. They're dead equal.
They're not even taking the Operator. They don't want that Operator on the attacking side. I think it shows a little bit of the pace that Ukars want to play. It shows that Ukars knows that Excel doesn't really want to overextend on situations where they get punished really easily. I mean, just when I say that, 2 or 3 rounds ago, that exactly that happened to Excel. They got punished from that push.
They are so dead.
Still, 4 vs 4 Alive. Now with the Tour de Force, they have full by.
Ooh.
That was so close.
The battle of the shock darts. Who's going to be coming out on top? Is it going to be Sunshine or Mo? Find out on the next episode of Fighting Over Tube on Icebox. Right, this time around, both teams are deciding to pull back a little, reassess, reevaluate, and redetermine whether mid is the exact spot where they want to be pushing. Foxy finding quite the interesting elevation. It doesn't feel like Hukars is ready for this. He's managing to get at least 1 player forward already. Gonna be able to shroud a step back into safety. Paranoia coming out. Alive finds 1, but Foxy's in such an awkward position. He's gonna be able to hide into his own smoke. Manages to pick off David as well. Does eventually get punished for it. But what a big brain play coming out from the IGL himself.
Yeah, I mean, playing it to perfection, actually getting maybe even a little bit of luck right
30
there.
seconds left.
Being able to get that smoke off right before the 0 point hits Foxy was just perfect. And the plays, just to go inside the smoke, through the fragment, 1 HP, and finding a pick on David as well leaves 2 cars as the game. Do we even want to go for this?
Opponent's killed.
No chance even with Mask getting this 1 kill.
Last player standing.
Yeah, there's a wraparound coming as well. He's aware of it. Chihuahua is looking to punish. If Mass decides to go for that rotation, instead goes for the save. Doesn't want to give away that rifle. Finds another player on the way out, doing some damage to Excel's Academy, which we already mentioned is not too healthy.
Yeah, absolutely. Excel. They cannot really build this economy because full cars usually are able to take 3-4 players with them when they lose a round. Right now, Excel having a little bit of a cleaner round, but still not that clean. Alive having to play the Operator as well.
This map is us trying to explain how the 4-way tie works.
I mean, you show that to American, say what are these continents?
No!
They don't know.
No, we did not just go there. No. Foxy also didn't just go there. Early aggression not paying off.
I hope there's no Americans in the chat. I hope. Or maybe do they hope that they are? I don't know. Foxy gets punished. But this is exactly what Excel is showing. They have a really good set plays already here. They have a really, really good set plays. This time it doesn't quite work out. They are so prepared for this icebox.
Yeah. It's just a back and forth. It's a tug of war between both of these teams. Both of them really want to get that spot secured into playoffs, and both of them absolutely deserve it. Hukar is not even signed as an org. They just practice a couple of times a week, so this is not even them at their full potential, and they're really giving Excel a bit of a hard time.
Absolutely.
Fragment.
Hukars should be able to get the spike down. They do. So there's nothing that they can stop what Chihuahua could pick.
Yeah, spike is planted. They do lose. Masked on the way. It's a matter of post-plant at this point. But Akimo gets a little overzealous. Mo gets to pick. David does manage to get the trade out. As they're trying to defuse Sunshine, this is not today.
Player standing.
This is my spike. This is where he shall remain. Pad Attack eventually does manage to jump out of David's crosshair. It's David versus an operator. And Life comes out on top. Excel managed to get themselves a 2-round lead.
David versus Goliath, and Alive is the Goliath who wins that. This time it's not the underdog story in that 1 versus 2 situation. Nexel, yeah, they managed to grow that lead a little bit further. We have already seen good showings from Hookars. They can take that lead back really, really quickly with the 6-6 finishing on this half. When they get on the defending half, it could be easier. Because Excel, they don't have that stage, like we talked about.
Yeah.
One of the things that Hookars they need to think about when they go on the defending half is how Excel is going to play the attacking half. Is there going to be a lot of lurks, which I think there might be. And I think that is something that Hookars need to take into an account. They cannot really never rotate fully on another side because there could be lurks from Foxy. I think Foxy is going to be the main lurk probably in this competition. And that is definitely a good thing for Excel. Hookars taking a timeout.
Yeah.
I think it's a good position. They have 2 rounds to play. Their economy, it's in a difficult place. Because technically, you can buy for the last 2 rounds, even if you lose. It's still going to be an awkward buy for the last round. David, just thinking, do I buy a rifle here, or do I go tour de force now, and then rifle in the last round, and deciding go for the tour de force. Alive having the operator as well, but it actually show or null command. Good ultimates on both of these sides.
Yeah, some util available for these teams to be playing with. Alive again, finding that higher ground, bit of an elevation to play off of, and feels like Hookars this time around they're expecting it. Can't pull the same tricks on this team more than a round or 2. Eventually they'll catch on. That's one of the strengths of Hookars as well. They're very good at adapting on the fly, very good at adapting in game, and it's absolutely incredible to see. Of course, it's going to be down not only to the individual players, but also down to their coach, Enfist, who's definitely put some good fundamentals into them. There you go. Sunshine expecting it, unfortunately doesn't manage to turn back fire. There's no trade. Gets taken out. And Hookars, they're on the back foot. Only 4 members left.
Yeah. And don't think that for a second Excel didn't plan out that perfectly. They knew exactly what they were doing. They knew if the Sova drone is there, KO is there, the dagger instantly to support Alive. Now 4 vs 5 pushing onto A side. It's gonna be a tough situation for Hookars. They don't have any info.
Mo with the 3Ks already defending this site with his life. Mishu eventually is going to be able to get that shutdown come through, but that is a blind and a half, and oh, Mishu still comes out on top. Eventually Alive with the operator is going to manage to shut them down, but Mo said, this is my home turf, get out.
Absolutely. Mo, who was, I think, the headshot leader on playoffs.
Yeah.
He had something like, what, 35%, something like that. 1% away from Scream's headshot percentage. And you can see right here exactly why. He doesn't need any utility from Sova. Just needs 1 gun and those headshots. Heads coming towards him.
I'm too far.
It's easy for Mo. Exo securing the lead for this half. They're gonna get at least 7 rounds. Maybe even going for that 8. Hookars. They try to do everything that they get the 5th round.
Hunter's Fury and Paranoia coming out, and it's gonna force David to go back right where he started. A little too risky. They do decide to push out aggressively. Mo's gonna be able to heal up. So yes, a tag coming out from Sunshine, but it's not gonna translate into a kill. They know some information in regards to the position of these players. Gonna have to play off of it and capitalize. Time is ticking, and a couple of these times we've seen Hookars leave it a little too late, and this time around that cannot be the case.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things why Hookars is leaving it too late is Excel has so much utility. They have these smokes. Look at this double controller setup on A. How can you even go through when there's smokes all the time available at Chihuahua? On fire!
Oh, is gonna try to fight away, but it's not gonna happen. Foxy does manage to get a couple of picks himself. Hunter's Fury this time invested from the side of Mo. No picks found off of that, but already the members are dwindling. It's only 2 left from Who Cars. No Command invested too. Foxy holding on to that smoke is gonna be spotted out, but Patatek got his back. Teamwork coming out from these players is incredible. Mass finds Mode. Looking to make it a second, but it's not gonna be enough as Foxy goes for the swing. And Excel win another round, 8-4. The first half. Now it's attacking side for Excel. Are they gonna excel at it? Hee
I think I've used that a couple of times as well.
Too many
That is
times.
like the easiest, best fun ever. Excel, they're looking so good. And look at this buddy system here, right, as well. Chihuahua gets taken out instantly, but Foxy gets 2 trades. And right there, Foxy is holding the maze spot. He's holding right there. There's a good smoke right in front of him. And he doesn't even focus on that. But there's Patatek who knows exactly where to hold. He knows he can hold in the smoke. And if someone pushes through that, yeah, they might kill Foxy with really fast reflexes. But Patatek will always get that kill right there. That is showing really good fundamentals from Excel. They look so good on a fundamental level. And it's no wonder. There's so many experienced players in this roster.
Yeah, these players are individually very good, and we said that last stage about Who Cars specifically, and this time around, they're like, yeah, we're good individually, but we're even better as a team, and that's exactly what they did. Foxy getting in a bit of an awkward altercation there with the smoke. Shrouded steps back into safety, and Alive is the one who wants to go for kitchen control this time around. It is going to be bumping into Mass, decides to back off. Although there is 1 player available for the trade, they've already gotten onto site. They already have that plant down. Foxy with his back turned to David. That's not where you want to be. 2 members already gone. And as that barrier orb falls, Chihuahua is only going to be able to find 1. Mishu, though, gets the 2K Mo fighting for their lives, fighting for that spike to not be defused, but all the util being thrown at him, as well as the bullets, of course. It's gonna allow Who Cars to come out on top. The fuse as well. And they're gonna be able to buy into the second round. Question is, can Excel do what Who Cars did?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be tough for Excel. As we saw on that pistol round, that is exactly how they need to play a side like B. They need to take more control of the side than your normal like Sage composition would have. So you can just wall off the side. You can wall off for the spike plant and just fall back, play with your lineups on post plant or however, play behind yellow. But Excel, they don't have that Sage wall. So instantly they have to take more control of that B side when they go there. They have to play a few players on mid really early as well. So Who Cars can really have that control on side. And if they do, it's gonna be really hard for Excel. If Who Cars can keep those side controls or can hold the control inside, I think Excel is gonna have a real hard time. They're going for the force actually in this round. They got the spike plant down. They can easily force specters here.
Oh, they want to go for the force, and they find 2 players. The thing is, that element of surprise no longer available, but they don't need it, as they've already dropped 3 members. Losing only 1 Spectre themselves. They did get the plant last time, so that gave them a couple of extra creds to buy into. David with the Marshall, we said how deadly and scary he can be. But it's now or never. Waiting for a backup from Mast to try and make this work. But Excel, look at these positions. Look at the crossfires that they have. They're holding them perfectly. Going for 1 player is gonna make you lose a couple of your own, and Alive is eventually gonna come to the rescue. And Excel, they did what Who Cars did. Hey! Question
Absolutely.
answered.
And if this goes the same way as the previous match went, Who Cars is gonna take this back. They're gonna win the 3rd round. Excel, that's a really good force buy. They trust themselves enough to go for this force buy, just to go for that really kind of faster push, but in a sense, it's not like full-on fast running on the side execute, doing a little bit contact play, and they absolutely win that round. One thing as well, I think there was a perfect shock dart coming in from Sunshine, but barely it was Alive who saved Mo on the side with 4 HP from that shock jar. Excel is able to take the spike down as well. 9 to 5. It's gonna be real tough for Hookars. Excel should have 10 rounds right here after this round.
9 to 5, just like a regular job.
Absolutely.
Hookars gonna have to make that 9 to 9 if they want to catch up. Oh, we actually haven't seen 7-Eleven as of yet today, so
I was thinking of that. Yeah,
a little disappointed, but you know what? It happens. All good. We get the content, we get the entertainment, we get some pretty good games, and I think this one we're definitely got a series on our hands. Hookars, they don't want to budge. They don't want to give this one to Excel for free, and Excel again, also one of those teams that don't want to budge. Mishu maybe not fully expected a shock dart gonna force him out of position right into Mo's crosshair. And Chihuahua's gonna find the pick himself. Oh, pad attack here. A little bit of a overzealous position, looking to get control of one belt, but it's not gonna work out in their favor. They have the plant down, now it's a matter of waiting it out. But instead, it looks like Excel, they want to go aggressively.
Yeah, most overdrone there, the support. They don't want to keep any information in this side for free. They just want to contest it instantly. They have the better weapon here.
One enemy remaining.
Became the only one left. The Spectre's coming in clutch from the side of Excel. This was supposed to be bonus round, but instead Excel's going to be walking away with 2 Spectres that they were able to hold on to, and they're walking away with double digits as well.
Yeah, and I think this is actually good for Excel. They lost 3 Spectres. Now they can buy 3 rifles, and they have 3 rifles and those Spectres right here. They can absolutely win this next round as well. It's not a full bonus round. This is exactly how you should play the after plant. I like how Excel is just going for the aggression right there. They know the plant is kind of in an awkward position, but they also know that they have the better weaponry right there. So if they just play the trades, they should win this easy peasy. That is exactly what happens. Dude, it's away, unharmed. Leaves a lot of things open for Excel. Hookars already started to counter Excel.
Yeah. I love the sound of these guns. It doesn't sound like, you know, fire. It's a weird one, but I appreciate it. I can appreciate it.
It's like plop plop plop.
Wow, I think you'd be really good at like voice acting. I think you should definitely like do that.
Give me the next, like literally. I'm gonna send an email to Riot.
Okay.
Whether they, I don't even want to voice act for an agent.
Just a gun.
Rather voice act for a gun. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that you should definitely do that. Yeah, I think that's your new career option. There we go.
Honestly, chat, who would buy a block 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 gun?
Yeah, I totally would buy that, of course. Why wouldn't I? Yeah, sounds great.
I think that would be good. No?
Oh, the Hunter's Fury. And as it pulls the trigger, Alive finds one. Akimbo with a trade. Sunshine thinking with himself. A bit of an interesting plant animation coming out. But eventually he's going to be put down. And so is Mast, as he's no longer with us for this round. And XL, they have that plant, and they're so comfortable playing this post plant. They're so comfortable getting those isolated 1v1s, getting these picks. They even have those buddy systems available where if you go for one player, they just teleport out right away, and Mo's the one who's gonna end up getting you. That was beautiful.
Wow, the situation, how they played Patitech, kind of out of that default plant right there. Or, I mean, Patitech didn't even get out of that corner, but how Mo peeked right after Patitech's blast, it's so good. Look at this, Mo going for one pick, Patitech getting the information, getting the control on that side, and I think Mo going for that peek was so good, because Patitech flashes on the right side, and Mo peeks from the left side. They're not gonna expect that, and Mo is just so fast to get that pick. Buddy system, like we talked about, it's perfect for Nexo.
It was a little concerning in the beginning when that was not the case, but eventually they found their footing. And they've been able to get quite a decent lead. It was very, very close for both of these teams up until this point. They're trying to force David away from Snowman. Looking to get total control off the B site.
David full blinded.
Oh! David, though, that was not full blinded. He walked into his crosshair, immediately gets the 2 picks. Does get eventually traded out. But that's not what Excel wanted.
Oh, and Exo still somehow coming back, getting those trades, getting those picks, alive, able to make it even 3 versus 2, Mo. Prepping for that dart. And look at how Exo is gonna play this from the dart. I think they're still having one flash. They're gonna die.
Oh!
Last player standing.
Snakebite doing quite a decent amount of work, but the rest of Excel, they have those positions. They're ready to go for these plays. And they're now in match point on Icebox, which was Hukar's pick. So Hukar's map, and they're looking good. They're looking strong. They're looking comfortable. The first couple of rounds, a little shaky, but again, it happens when that's the first game of the day. Warm up. That's what we're gonna say.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Exo really had huge struggles on the start. But now they look like the old Exo. They look like they are on form. There's nothing Hookers can really do, and the team difference instantly is showing. It's absolutely showing how good Exo is when they are. I think, like you said, I think they just need a few rounds to warm up. Now they're warmed up. They get to play their free game. They have that confidence. They have built up that momentum.
Free game?
Huh?
Did you say free game?
No, but I mean, they have that as well. Not gonna lie. Right here, it looks like Exo. They're gonna have that free game. Cars, it looked really good at the start, but they cannot really counter Exo's back inside.
No, Patatek wanted to go for the fragment, gets suppressed instead. Foxy's gonna be dropped. Patatek finds one. Soul he's gonna be good for. And Mo does manage to get a pick himself. Mishu now brought back to life. Chihuahua playing outside of the pit with that snakebite finds a kill instead, and so he does with his Vandal. Gets another one added to the bank. Make that a third. 4K final round for Chihuahua on the Viper. Nice box. Excel take the win the first map of this series against Hukars, and we said it, Hukars, they looked really strong initially. They looked like they could really take on Excel, but it kind of just went downhill.
Yeah, honestly, it was surprisingly one-sided after that starting half. So Hukars, they looked really decent. After getting that second round on the defending side as well, getting that round after pistol from Exo, it was like, okay, Hukars maybe have a chance here. But Exo, after that, they just take the matters in their own hands and sail through that second half with quite ease. There was nothing that Hukars could have done. And honestly, Hukars, they had good situations like 4 versus 3, but somehow Exo were able to find those 1 versus 1 duels or even 2 versus 1 duels and bring those rounds back. And I honestly would love to see how many like 3 versus 4, 4 versus 5 situations Exo won.
Yeah, absolutely correct. Hukars a lot of the times would be able to get a couple of picks, maybe 1, maybe 2 even, and they would have that numbers advantage, but still Excel coming out on top. Excel really having that discipline in regards to where and how they want to hold those angles. We saw it in a lot of these post plans where they were just so incredibly well thought out in regards of who holds what angle and who's going to be the first one to go for the peak, and we're going to be playing off of your contact. And that's what Excel did really well in this game, specifically against Hukars. And Hukars, one of those teams that's notoriously known for how good they are at their crosshair placement, how good they are at winning these gunfights. So if you have that crosshair set up, if you have that clear communication who's contact you're going to be playing off of, it's going to make that a little bit more difficult for Hukar specifically as a team to really counter you and to really walk away with those wins. So yes, they might have been able to get a couple of picks, might have been able to get a lead, but Excel, it seems like they were absolutely completely ready for that.
Yeah, absolutely, and the individual level as well in Excel was so strong. Obviously, I think there was a lot of individual duels that they lost at the first half of the map, but like we said, they just needed to warm up. They need to get that momentum, get that confidence, and get that body system up. I think it showed so much better on the attacking side how Excel is playing so well together than the defending side. I think the defending side was quite a lot of solo duels, maybe splitting up away from your teammates, and I think that's why Excel found it hard at the start. But then they started grouping up. We saw that one situation where Alive was just holding with the operator, and Patitech was there with the KO, just denying that Sova drone. And from there, I think even a little bit earlier from there, we saw Excel coming back, getting those rounds, getting that buddy system up.
Yeah, well, warm-up is done for both of these teams. We're going to be heading into the second map, and that would be Split after the break. So don't go anywhere, because we're going to be back shortly.
Player standing.
I play it, but I don't main it.
Sage.
Sage.
Yeah, that was a bit delayed. I don't know if you knew that one.
Delayed?
Yeah, it was a bit delayed.
Come on, all of these are easy.
I have no clue.
I actually have no clue.
Breach.
Viper.
I have no clue on this one.
It's a total guess.
Breach as well.
You're lying. You didn't say breach.
I said breach. What?
There's no way all said breach.
I heard
totally
one. I heard
different
one say Viper as well.
I said
Yeah,
Viper.
that was. Yeah, that was.
Okay. But I heard three say Breach or something like that.
I said breach.
No, you didn't. You didn't. You said Viper. I said Killjoy.
Breach.
Sky. It's breach, isn't it? Yeah, it is.
I think it's like his
Okay.
arm, his elbow.
Yeah.
I said breach.
Sky.
Sky.
It's Killjoy.
I never played, I don't know.
Oh, I see it. I see it. That is, you know, okay.
I kind of see it now.
Yeah.
Come on, all of these are easy.
I'm lost.
Who has a pocket?
Wait. I think I know this.
Oh, I know as well.
Brimstone.
Brimstone.
Yeah.
No, I said Race.
What? You said race?
Mm.
Yeah, it's definitely Brimstone.
I don't see that on Brim. Okay.
Okay.
You know this?
I don't.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
I'm ready too.
Oh my god, it's the rope snowman.
Oh man.
Yeah, I didn't know I was that area. You know?
Okay, I got it wrong.
Okay. This isn't real. I was just say it's in one of the spawns, so we can guarantee one of us get it right. I'll go defender and you go attacker. It has to be because you know on the edge of the map there's like the shards. I'm saying it's one of those. One of us can win.
Cheating, okay.
Okay, I'll go defender. You can go attacker. You've just
But
zoomed
that's
in on
in-
Ice
that's-
King. That is.
Ah, okay.
I was
see.
pretty
Okay.
close though.